Hello everybody who has decided to stop and watch this video. My name's Andrew, and today I'm going to do a Core Set 2021 bot draft on Magic Arena. Now I know the timing seems a little weird. The set came out a long time ago. Shouldn't I be doing something else? Maybe, but Zendikar Rising's been out for a while. We're all just sitting around waiting for Kaldheim to come out, and a friend of mine mentioned a strategy that he's been doing to some success, and I tried it out, and it's been a lot of fun. So I am going to give that a shot here and kind of record what I've been doing to have fun with this format. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into a draft. And so the trick that I've been doing to make this format worthwhile, for me at least, is to force a white aggro deck. The white aggro cards are very good in this format. White-red is obviously kind of the obvious deck that you can force, but going green or blue can also be viable. I haven't tried black yet, but we'll see. But basically the deck wants to be mono-white. You're going to pick, prioritize cards like Basri's Lieutenant, or the Charging Unicorn, I don't remember its name, and then build a nice little aggro deck. Here we've got Garrick's Harbinger. This card's pretty good. I'm trying to decide if it's worth first picking this to go into white-green, because that is a decent color combo, or if I just pick the Feat of Resistance. There are 4 good green cards here. One of them might wheel. You know what? I'm not going to take a green card. I came here to force the mono-white deck. That's what I want to record a video of. Feat of Resistance is a very good card in the mono-white deck. I'm happy to guarantee that I have at least one of these going forward. Force mono-white into no good white cards in the next pack. Nice. Here... I really don't know what to take here. Tide Skimmer's good if we end up in white-blue. We want to prioritize flyers, and this lets us keep up on cards. Worded Battlements is also better than you expect it to be in the white-blue deck specifically, because you do end up with so many flyers. It's decent on its own. I don't really want to commit to being blue or any second color quite yet, just because I don't know where I'm going to be. I think I might just take the Worded Battlements. I've been playing up to 2 of these in a lot of my decks, and they've been totally fine. Basri's Solidarity is quite good. I'm going to take it and hope I wheel the Watchdog. Watchdog and Pegasus are both kind of your bread and butter 2-drops that you want in your aggro deck. But I'm going to take Solidarity here. There's nothing for us here unless we take the Goblin Arsonist. And that might be the pick here. It doesn't lock me into red at all, but I'm not super interested in any of these other cards. Excuse me. Yeah, I think I'll take the Arsonist, see if white-red is where we want to be or not. Cool. Daybreak Charger is the best of the 2-drops, for sure. So that's what I'm going to take here. It's a second case of Freebooter. Maybe white-black was where we were supposed to be, but I'm not too worried about where we're at so far. So here, Forgotten Sentinel is fine, but I think there are other 4-drops you would much rather play. Basri's Lieutenant, and then Gale Swooper are the 2 that come to mind. Secure the Scene is fine. I think it's probably better if we are in the white-blue version of the deck. We've got flyers, and then we'll have cards like Worded Battlements to block the 1/1 that we give them. I don't want too many expensive cards in this deck. I definitely want to play 16 lands. If I knew I was going to be white-blue, the Lofty Denial seems really good. Bone Pit Brute is just too expensive. You know what? I'm going to take the Lofty Denial. The Secure the Scene just is so expensive for what it is. And I like the white-blue deck good enough. So obviously I'm not playing both Arsonist and Denial. I'll play one of the two, just depending on how the rest of the draft goes. I don't really want to take a second Arsonist here. None of the other cards are really that great, except the Light of Promise. So I'll take this and see where we get. It might not make the deck. It might. White has lots of incidental life gain. Short Sword often makes the cut as like the 22nd or 23rd card in your deck, so I wouldn't mind having this. I also don't mind having a Worded Battlements. We're low on creatures. I think I'm going to take the Short Sword over the second Battlements. I wouldn't mind playing a second one of those, but I'd rather have the first Short Sword, I think. Nothing too great here. You can play Prism Knight in these decks, but there's so many other 2-drops you'd rather play. I'm going to take the Revitalize in case we end up with like a life gain sub-theme that we want to tap into. I'll take the Opt on the off chance we end up white-blue. We're never going to play Cancel. It's too blue intensive. We want to be mostly white. So the pick doesn't matter here. And this is just Shaft. We might play this Prism Knight. I'll leave it in the main deck for now. We didn't get the Watchdog back, which I was really hoping for. Grim Tutor. Well, that's not what we want. So Turn to Slag and Capture Sphere are both, decent but kind of expensive removal spells. Gaggle Master is obviously great as a top-end threat. It gets even better in the white-blue Flyers version. Selfless Savior is just a very decent early card. And it, gets pumped up by Daybreak Charger, carries a sword just fine. I think the pick is between the Gaggle Master and the Savior. And I'm not sure which is going to be better. It looks like we're going to be white-blue, so maybe the Gaggle Master is just that much better. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'll take the Gaggle Master over Selfless Savior. And we kind of whiffed here. Hunter's Edge is good if we would have, gone into green instead. Heartfire Emulator is also decent if we were more red, and I guess there's no reason we couldn't be white-red instead of white-blue. Maybe that's just the pick. Mutt is okay. I think there are better, kind of more impactful cards we can play at the 5-drop slot, and like I said, I only want 2 maybe. Yeah, I'll take the Heartfire Emulator. It just leaves me a little bit more open. Here I'm very happy to see Anointed Chorister. I think that's going to be my pick. I don't think I'll have enough instants and sorceries to make Kinetic Augur good. That being said, I do have a lot right now, but, the Opt and the Lofty Denial probably don't make the cut. And now I don't have as many instants and sorceries. The Chorister is very good in this deck. Hope to wheel the Makeshift Battalion. Cool, we found another Selfless Savior. Trader's Greed is actually totally fine in the white-red version of this deck, but I'm just going to take the 1-drop. Here, Onake Ogre is fine, but I'm going to take the 2-drop. I find that I end up having plenty of 3-mana spells in the deck, and the 2-drop spots where I'm lacking, so I'd rather have the Dog than the Ogre. I'm still not even sure if I'm going to be red. It looks like I will play the red cards, but I'm not entirely sure that's where I want to be. Here, I think I will pick up this Secure the Scene. The other option would be Tranquil Cove, because again, we have this, and we have this. We could play instead of the Heartful Emulator. But I think I'll take the Secure the Scene. I think I'm more likely to be white-red. So here, Legion's Judgment often doesn't make the cut because your opponents don't always have 4-power creatures to get, and so it can sometimes just be a dead card in your hand. Turret Ogre is good if we pick up a bunch of Onaki Ogres, but I don't know if that's where we're going to be. So my plan is just to pick this Sky Scanner. It gets really good the more warded battlements we have, and it replaces itself. Dub is amazing. You just throw Dub on your Doggo or on your Lifelinker, and you're off to the races. So I'm very happy to pick up a Dub as the last new card in that pack. Now, do we want a second Doggo or a second Battlement? I'm going to look at my curve a little bit. We have... I think the Dog's more important. Like I said, I'd play a second Battlement, but I'd much rather make sure to pick up the second Dog here. I think it's more likely that we play a Defiant Strike than... is that even true? No, I'd rather have a Mutt as an option. I'll leave it in the main deck. I don't really want to play it. Shieldmate I'd play if I don't have enough 1-drops, but I don't really want to be doing that. So we got the Onaki Ogre. I think that probably makes the deck. And what did we get? Unsubstantiate is totally fine if we are blue. Spark Hunter Master Core. This is probably just the pick. We can pitch extra lands to this. It's a 3-mana 3/4. That gets indestructible. That's got to be the pick. Goggle Master is great, obviously, and I'd play a second one. I'm going to hope that either the Watchdog or the Dub wheel, but I'm going to take Spark Hunter Master Core. Another Feat of Resistance and another Basri's Solidarity. What is our curve looking like? If I take these blue cards out, and then kind of move the spells to the side. I don't know if I'm playing the Light of Promise. I think it's Basri's Solidarity. Pick up a couple more 1-drops. We have a bunch of 2-drops already. Yeah, I'm going to take Solidarity. I'm not sure if it's better, but we're going to figure it out. Seasoned Hollowblade's amazing. We're going to take that. It's too bad that there are 2 other very good white cards in this pack, but also it's not too bad because Seasoned Hollowblade's amazing. I think I'm going to just take a second Dub here. Destructive Tampering can be fine because it makes everything not be able to block, but I think I'd rather just have more ways to pump up the dudes that I have. We're going to take this Chorister, and now the deck's basically done. I'll take this Legion's Judgment. We don't have too many removal spells. This might make the cut as like the last card. Burn Bright is also an option. But seeing as we already have 2 copies of Solidarity, which pumps the team, I think I'd rather have a removal spell. I don't think we need the 3rd copy of Dub. It's kind of a lot. I think I'll take the Makeshift Battalion. This isn't great, but, you know, it does what it needs to do sometimes. Sure Strike can be okay, so I'll take this. Cool, we got the Watchdog back. I will very happily take this. And now we've got plenty of good Dub targets. Yeah, this deck came together. I don't think we're going to play the Unleash Fury. We might play the Burn Bright, like I mentioned. I'll take this Destructive Tampering. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to build the deck, but there's a chance that makes it in. Yeah, well. There we go. Okay. Like I said, we never need to play 17 lands with this deck, so I think we'll go 16 and 10. That seems fine. I don't want to play the Prism Might. And then I can probably cut another creature. We're at 17 creatures, which is a little on the high end. Worded Battlements. Oh, I don't want to play the Light of Promise, I don't think. It's very good on Anointed Chorister. It's kind of a combo, but other than that, it's not that great, so I think I'll cut that. I think this just might be the deck. We've got 4 good 1-drops, a handful of good 2-drops, and then we're just going to dub something and go to town. Yeah, I think this is it. We could play the Legion's Judgment right now. Actually, I think I might cut the Rambunctious Mutt and play the Legion's Judgment instead. I don't love Legion's Judgment. It's not that great. But in this deck, it might be necessary just to punch through. Seeing as we didn't pick up any of the red removal that you usually want. And I do think that the Heartfire Immolator is... Is it even good enough to play red? Like, I could just not play the red spells. What if I did that? What if I didn't play the red spells and we're just mono white? And then I'd get the Shieldmate, the Light of Promise, and I could take the Revitalize to cycle and a combo with Light of Promise. Don't have any other lifelink, no. Or take the Mutt, because there are plenty of artifacts and enchantments. Yeah, I think I'll take the Mutt, and then add 16 lands, or go to 16 lands. Yeah, let's try mono white. There's a chance that having the Burn Brights or the Destructive Tamperings make the deck that much better, but now we're very consistent. And actually, the more I look at this deck, since we have 2 Solidarities, I wonder if playing another Shieldmate is going to be better than something else we've got going here. Like maybe better than the Rambunctious Mutt. Maybe even better than a land. How does that look? What if we cut a land and the Mutt and play the Defiant Strike and the Shieldmate? Now we're 15 lands, but our only 2 5-drops are these 2. Everything else is smaller. Yeah, I kind of like this. Let's give this a shot. I've never really been able to build a deck so low to the ground. And we might just run out of power. We might not be big enough, but we're going to be pretty fast. And we have a couple of the cards you really need to make this deck work. So let's see. Yeah, like this hand looks great. We're gonna... This curve looks amazing. I'm gonna Chorus Draw on 1, Charger, attack with Chorus Draw on 2, Shieldmate, Solidarity on 3 to pump up everything. And we'll have a 2-2, a 2-4, and a 4-2 against on turn 3. It's too bad we didn't pick up any Basri's Lieutenants, obviously, but since I played that, I think I'm gonna slow my roll a little bit and play Shieldmate instead this turn. I don't really want to trade my Chorister for their 1/1. They can have that, that's fine. Now I'll just play the Daybreak Charger to pump up my Shieldmate, and it can go attacking. I didn't expect them to chump there. Interesting. Not quite sure why they would jump there. Fetid Imp does very little on this board, actually. Ooh, Warded Battlements is interesting, but I think this is definitely the turn to play Solidarity, to pump my team. And now I get to attack, and kind of no matter how they block, I'm going to be able to get them. If they double the Charger, I'll Defiant Strike to kill both their blockers. Yeah, this is fine. I will Defiant Strike the Charger. kill everything, gain 2, play out my chorister. Land's an interesting draw. It's interesting because I can bluff pumping. I think it's better just to play out warded battlements this turn. I'll play a land, play the battlements, attack with these 2. And now next turn I get to just hold up chorister activations for the rest of the game. They got the combo. Interesting. So yeah, I can attack with both choristers here. I guess that lets them go block this one, block this one. So it's probably better just to attack with this one. And they're just gonna chump. That's fine. I'll play a makeshift battalion. Next turn, attack with all looks like a pretty good option. We'll see what our opponent has in store for us, though. Don't see a reason to not hit the attack all button. So our opponent has some spell, it seems. I imagine 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think my opponent has a removal spell. I think that's very likely here. So I'm going to pump the thing that will trade with their demon. Now, if they want to keep the demon alive, they have to kill this one. If they... Yeah, okay, so they killed my 3/2, and now we're trading. They're still dead on board. And we're in a great spot. Opponent does nothing. We will go to combat, hit the attack button. Okay, they found a blocker. I will pump our chorister. I might as well play the land. And there we go. Draw worked out very well for us, but you can kind of see the power of this mono white deck in action. And we're just gonna play this deck until we either win out or get 3 losses. You're gonna get the whole experience in this one video. And if you've stuck with me so far, thank you, I appreciate it. Let me know what you think about videos like this. Or videos about more kind of like forcing specific archetypes. Like I said, I know it's a bot draft, I know it's not ideal, but I don't really want to put any more effort into Zendikar Rising, and I'm having a lot more fun with this. What does this hand do? Nothing? Not a lot? I'm gonna mulligan this. It's just too slow. We have so many good... Well, we have lots of good 1 and 2 drops to draw, so maybe this is okay. You know what? I'm gonna keep this for science. Going short sword on 1 into whatever we draw on turn 2. Of course, we could just draw lands and float out, but we have a really small chance of doing so since there are only, 11 lands left in our 33-card deck. So, we will see if this pans out. Probably one of the worst draws in our deck. Didn't secure the scene there. looking for a 2-drop or a 1-drop, of which we have many. Instead I get the 5-drop that doesn't do anything on this board. And of course, removal will do something eventually, but it's really not what I wanted. And the other 5-drop, perfect. Yeah, this draw really didn't pan out so far. That's too bad. I guess we found a lane so we can cast our 5-drops. I don't know if I want to let the Larcenist attack for free, so I think I'm just going to equip the Sky Scanner and pass. Unfortunately, we didn't get a very aggressive draw, so gotta take our beats. I don't know if making a 1/1 one of these was advisable, but maybe it'll be okay. If our opponent has, like, coatls or something, it can make things scary. I'm glad we have to secure the scene. Garrick's Uprising does nothing on this board. That's cool. I guess their 1/1s have trample. Oh, they're going to trade Larcenist for a random card. That's fine with me. Little do they know. I can save my creature as well. Cool, that went well. I'm going to slam Gagglemaster here and attack for 3. Time to get in while the getting's good. Next turn, let's see what we draw, but I'll probably just play a creature. Assuming we draw a creature, play Solidarity. Smash for 9 in the air. Put our opponent dead the following turn. Seems good. Oh, or we can draw a land. This is still the play. Opponent's dead on board, and we can clear out a blocker if they have a way to mess with us. Opponent's deck seems a little too slow for what we're trying to do. It's unfortunate. Our draw is unfortunate too. But even though we've drawn over half of our lands, we are going to win this game. It looks like it. They had the unsubstantiate. Oh my god. That's it's so annoying. Okay. This doesn't do anything, right? Yeah. We can... So this is going to attack and it has to be blocked. Can we erase them? So I'm going to play the Watchdog. They're going to attack with all these things. If I just block the Stalker, I'm going to be taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to go to 5. I'm going to attack back for 2. Put them to 2. And then I can secure the scene to kill this. And then they will have a 1/1 and a 2/2 after, and I will be at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'll be at 3, so I'll be dead. So maybe this turn I attach. Yeah, this is gonna work. So plan is still to throw the Watchdog under the bus to block the Stalker, but this is going to save a point of damage, which might make all the difference. Two cards left in hand. Oh my god. I'm not sure if you could have come up with a better sequence of draws right there for our opponent. Now we're just dead. We don't have enough toughness because everything's got trample due to the uprising. Hollow Blade was a good draw. Let's maybe do something with this Light of Promise, but since I'm at 1 with 8 mana, I don't think there's anything I can do. Say Hollow Blade, equip, Dog, Skyscanner. That still is only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of toughness. Yeah. That's really unfortunate. Don't know what to say about that. Our opponent needed to have exactly a 2 mana removal spell the turn they had it, and then even then I was still set up to win. But they had the answer to that too. That's just too bad. Alright. Let's not keep bad hands this time. You could say that whole thing stemmed from my bad keep at the beginning, which almost did work out, to be fair, but we drew a few too many lands. Our opponent got the spells they needed, and that's the way the cookie crumbles. Oh, the boulder. Nice. This hand seems much better. I'm not sure if I'm going to dub the Selfless Savior or not, but it will be a dog with a sword on turn 2 at least. And see, even that last game, Legion's Judgment, wouldn't have done anything. They never had a 4-power creature at sorcery speed. Does this mean they have Ranger's Guile? Should I be worried? I just got by Ranger's Guile. I think I'm just going to say no attacks. That pausing was suspicious, but then that pass was very quick. I'm just going to attack. Okay, Skyscanner. Skyscanner is going to be the one that does all the things. Oh, never mind. That was stupid. Yeah. Maybe not the best to play your Skyscanner in the face of something that can just kill the Skyscanner. Again, drawing too many lanes, though. I guess I should have just dubbed the Selfless Savior this turn. And the next turn, play Skyscanner, move Short Sword. No, that still gets got. I don't know. I guess I'll wait. If I find a Chorister, let's make it back into this game. Okay, Legion's Judgment can take care of that. So I'll play Watchdog, I will Legion Judgment to the 4/4. This is going to be a very worthy doggo here in a turn. A very good boy. What does this thing do? Well, I guess I'll just do this. Oh, this doesn't even... You can still trade this now with the dog. Oh. Oh, I can't... Can't ever attack past that thing, right? And my opponent can just kill me with the Brash Taunter over some turns. Neat. What a game. I'm just gonna die to Brash Taunter. I don't really understand. Yeah, I'm just dead. Cool. Alright. Man, these last two games have really showed how terrible things can go. Well, also, I oopsed pretty big that last game. We had the perfect game and then two very not perfect games. Let's see if we can turn things around and go on a bit of a winning streak. That would be great. I promise this has been going well for me off camera. This seems quite a bit better. I'm gonna lead on... You know what? I'll lead on Shield Knight. It's most likely to be able to attack into something if our opponent plays something out here. Well, nothing makes me wish I'd played the Chorister, but you know. So now I could go Chorister, Short Sword, or just Dog. I think I'll just play Dog. It's stronger on its own. Oh, our opponent has nothing again. Drawing that land was nice. I'm going to Sky Scanner this turn. Cool. Next turn I'm going to probably soup up the Sky Scanner. Opponent's just done stone cold nothing. The fact that they have so much mana up, they can just nuke something with this. Is that their plan? Going to equip Sky Scanner and see what they do. They're going to shoot the dog. Yep. And then I'll run out Chorister. I love trading my 1 mana spell for our opponent's 5 mana spell. Seems pretty good. Daybreak Charger, get in for 5. I'm not firing off the Defiant Strike because I think I'll have plenty of other opportunities to do something with it. Solidarity, huh? So now I need to decide what I'm going to do about this Blood Glutton. I think the plan is to just hit the attack all button. Feat of Resistance, whatever it blocks. Potentially Defiant Strike. The Stunt Shield Mate this turn and get in for 2. I could move the Short Sword also. I realize that. But this is gonna do the same thing. Ooh, the Blood Glutton is back. Okay. So obviously dub on Skyscanner is good. Dub on Shield Mate. Let me see, if I go Solidarity, pump the team. I have some good moves here. I'm just trying to figure out if I can win this turn. I don't think so. No, I wish I had moved the Short Sword if I'd moved the Short Sword. That still doesn't do it. I'm going to go ahead and dub the Charger. That forces a block on the Charger. Opponent obviously can't gain life now. And they've seen enough. Alright, let's hope this is a positive trend. We drew... Our draw was much better that game. Alright. When I played this draft format, when it first came out last summer, I really didn't like it. I was not a fan. I couldn't figure out what I was doing. The things I wanted to do just seemed really clunky and expensive, and I never really got the chance then to draft some of the aggressive decks. Because I really do think this format, you need to respect to the aggressive decks, because the aggressive decks are quite good. And I wasn't familiar with that. I wasn't prepared for that. But now, I've got a new perspective and having a lot more fun. I'm going to mulligan this. Look at all these great cards we can't cast. I think I'm going to mulligan to 5, actually. Much better. I'm going to put the battlements and the dog back, I think. There's an argument for keeping battlements instead of Skyscanner. It's close. I'm gonna keep the Skyscanner. I think we have other good cards in our deck that we'd like to draw. Oh, I didn't realize they went to 5 also. Or, no, they didn't. They just played this, which doesn't do anything right now. Solidarity was a nice draw there. I'm gonna be pretty happy if they attack? Yeah, sure. I'll attack with the dog here. I don't mind trading it for the battalion, obviously. I'll Sky Scanner. Set up a pretty okay Solidarity next turn. Awesome. Chorister was a fantastic draw. Oh, 3 color in this format? It's pretty tough to do. Nothing. Interesting. I definitely want to get the counters from both of these on the Chorister, so I'm absolutely going to play Chorister and then do a Solidarity. I'm wondering if I attack with the Watchdog or not. It would trade with the Battalion, which I guess would open up attacks the following turn, so I think I do make that play. And there's a chance they don't want to take the trade. Nope, they do. Chorister is my most important piece here. Yeah. So we've only seen white cards from our opponent, but they've obviously got something good that they're splashing. They tried very hard to make this splash work. Let's see what it is. They might be trying to kill the Chorister. Ooh, Faith's Fetters on the Chorister. That is also good. Yep. It's gonna happen. We can make that fall off later. Cast your spells. And they're chumping. That's interesting. I wouldn't have expected them to chump there. So they can tap a thing every turn now. I don't think I'm at the spot where I need to be cycling the Defiant Strike yet. No? I think I will this turn, though. Nice. That was a good draw. Our opponent definitely found a spell there. Yeah, they're gonna tap the Sky Scanner. They don't have a lot of mana left. Okay. I'm gonna hold both these lands to help the Hollow Blade. Cool. I think our opponent knows they're dead. Oh, funny. I mean, I guess I'd rather have the Angel than my Selfless Savior. Our opponent used all their mana, so they were dead. Cool. I'm quite annoyed that we keep drawing so many lands. It's the 3rd game out of 5 that we've drawn 8 lands before we hit half our deck. A little unfortunate. Let's see if we can get to 7 wins, though. We're at 3. 4 more ranks us up and would prove that I'm not crazy forcing this archetype. And this hand looks amazing. I'm going to lead on Chorister. I'm hoping we get to attack with it. Great. And we even found the dub, too. And I think what I want to do is dub the Chorister next turn. Yeah. Dub the Chorister this turn so we can keep attacking. go with a sword coming through. Charger's a good draw for my opponent there. No blocks, I'll take 5. Okay, land was actually fine there, because now I get to go Solidarity. Keep attacking. Hold up this Feat of Resistance in case I need it. Selfless Savior's also still protecting the Chorister. I'm going to win this race, obviously. The Shieldmate holds off the Daybreak Charger. As things stand, they could, of course, move the Short Sword over, but not surprised just to see the dog attack. Oh, if both attack, I will make the block. And there's a chance they're setting up. Yeah. But you know what? I'm going to... do I use my onboard trick or the trick in my hand first? I kind of want to use the Feat of Resistance. Because now this can attack through the Watchdog, putting them on a quicker clock. I'm surprised about no blocks there. They could have double blocked and killed the Shieldmate. Capped at 3/3. Why are they at 5? Did they gain life somewhere? No. I guess I can attack with Savior here. Let's see. No, I'll just hold it back. These are my attacks. I would not be surprised to see a jump. Ooh, that was good. Obviously. We keep finding decent draws too. Let's see, if I attack with the Chorister. I have to double block, and even if they do that, I can pop Savior. Play a Hollow Blade. All attack doesn't work. I can't do anything with that yet. Okay, I think I will attack with the Chorister. Yeah, not surprised to see the double block. I will kill the token first. Give it indestructible. Play the Hollow Blade and pass. Any land makes things a lot more difficult for our opponent here, because then we can activate Choristers, and then of course if we keep drawing spells, that's good too. And that's all our opponent's working with. Okay, if we play a land, or if we get a land, I'm just going to slam Gagglemaster. Though, attacking with both Choristers, an Ogre blocks this one cleanly. On this one, they just have to put Replicator and 2 Doggos. And I'm just playing Chorister, or Gagglemaster. Not even going to think about attacks. They have to kill the Flyer now. Still have the same attacks next turn if they find removal, which they don't. Awesome. I had a great time. Thanks for asking, Arena. Okay, we got a mythic opponent. Interesting, interesting. This hand seems good. Looks like our mythic opponent also knows what's up. Drafting white. Look at this doggo. It's a very good doggo. I'm gonna say all attacks here. Yeah. Yeah, this is fine. Just play some 1-drops this turn. Feet of Resistance is a nice pickup. I kind of like doing attack all and seeing how my opponent blocks. Let's see if they put the dog on this and then Battalion on this. That's the worst case scenario. So maybe I'll just attack with the Chorister. Not surprised about that, and I'll just play a Watchdog. If my opponent attacks, I'll probably double block both shield mates on the Battalion. Okay. I want to Defiant Strike this turn, so this turn I think I'll attack with the Watchdog and the Chorister. Maybe just the Watchdog. Could be Dog and Shield Mate too. Opponent's not biting. Okay, I'll just keep hanging. I want to find more lands, obviously, but looks like our opponent is going to pump up the jams on the Battalion. I think to just block like this, use Defiant Strike to trade off. So I could also just double block. Yeah, this is safer. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Sure. And here. I think I'm just gonna play the Sky Scanner. No, so I'm gonna do this. Seems a little weird. If my opponent goes for the all attack again, I can make a similar block on the Battalion. Like if I put both shield mates and the Sky Scanner in front of it, my opponent can still only kill one thing. I get blown out by some stuff. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna do this. No, my opponent does kill two things. Okay, that could have gone better. That's okay. Found one of these. I'm going to Solidarity this turn. I'm going to go ahead and get in for 2 here. Oh, opponent's got blue. Makes sense. I'm gonna click the all attack button here. I can do everything this turn. Yep. I think I am gonna use my spells here. I will, I guess it's appropriate to Defiant Strike first. And Feat of Resistance second. No, we're cooking with fire. This Worded Battlements was a decent draw. It lets us have a pretty big attack next turn, even with their Secure the Scene there. Yeah, I think I'm still going to Worded Battlements here. Just puts more pressure on them right now than the Gagglemaster would have. Opponent's got a lot of lands that could double spell potentially, which is a little scary. But we've got enough mana to pump the Chorister, so it's attacking for 6 all on its own. Well, opponent definitely has something else going on. I'm just going to go to combat. See if they have a Capture Sphere. Frost Breath. Sure. Frost Breath definitely saves our opponent some time, but I don't know if it's going to be good enough. That's a good way to start. Kill my token. Opponent's getting frisky. Interesting. Well, unfortunately, I can't punish them too much here. Right now, the Gagglemaster trades with the Ghostlight. I don't like that, so I think I will dub the Gagglemaster. Seems like overkill, but I'd like to keep my lethal attacker around for another turn. So now, opponent's facing down three lethal attackers, and they can't do it. Cool. Alright, let's keep it up, keep it up. So yeah, there you saw how good the Wording Battlements can be. The card seems not that great, but it's a 3-mana Anthem that can block some things. It's really not so bad. Or I should say, it's good at parity or when we're ahead. Behind, it's pretty bad. Especially if the opponent gets some big stuff on board. So I'm not trying to say that the card is fantastic or anything, but that I don't mind having a couple in a deck just like this, where I have so many small creatures. This hand seems good. The Light of Promise doesn't do anything, but the rest of the hand we're going to keep. It's going to be a problem, actually. Never mind. Dub means that this wall isn't a problem anymore, because the dog will be able to attack through it. Oh my god, our opponent has so many walls. No attacks. Am I walking into a cancel by casting the dub? I don't know. Just don't know if it ever gets better. I think I gotta try. Yeah, there's the cancel. Darn. We're just gonna wait and try to get our things to be pretty big, I guess. Ooh. Masticore is decent. Yeah, I mean, didn't come here to not play this card. Cool. It resolving is good. I guess I could have gotten in for one there. Missed a point of damage. Palladium Mirror is fine. Our opponent does have lots of mana. Okay. I could secure the Zenith, but I want to hold up Indestructible and Masticore. I'm trying to figure out. I could attack with the dog, right, and then use Defiant Strike to kill the mirror. That's probably not where we want to be. We need to start chipping away at these walls. Land's not really where I want it to be. Yeah. Well, if something was going to get us back into the game, it was Anointed Chorister. Now, do I hold up Chorister activation, or do I just secure the scene now to kill probably my own Masticore? Yeah, I think so. I think it's worth using the mana while I've got it available. Opt makes sense. It was giving my opponent priority as we went to the end of the turn. Opt. It's obviously a good, or obviously was the card they had. If I attack with the Chorister right now, it trades for the mirror and the thing. I wonder if it's better to just play out the battalion this turn, though. Yeah, I think so. It doesn't seem like our opponent has anything else too great to be doing right now. So now let's see. I can attack with Chorister, Battalion, and Shieldmate. That will trigger the Battalion. They can eat the Shieldmate. If they're doing that, that means they're not really doing too much else. I could also just dub the Chorister and wait another turn. I think I want to attack. Attack like this, make that a 4-3, and let's see if my opponent chooses to block. I'm super okay with this outcome. Got their biggest creature off the board. They didn't even take the free block on the Shield Knight. Second Chorister is interesting. That means I can hit this all attack button. Yep. I'll activate Chorister. Get in for 5. Play a second Chorister. I think our opponent's on empty. I think they flooded a bit here. This dub would be good. I don't see a need to play it right now, though. I think we just keep dashing. This is the Reanimator one? Yeah. Right now it's just an 0-3 though. Let's see against blue-black. Latent Judgment just doesn't do anything. Same attacks. Interesting. I think here we do pump the Chorister that kills the wall. I think that's just going to make our next turn that much better. So let's see. They can get back one of their walls. Or the Singer. They are dead on board though, because I can just pump the Chorister that they don't block, even though they can block and do this. So they need to have something. Okay. It's not really not really how you want to be using Rise Again on a Wall of Runes, but I suppose here it's okay. Ooh, Short Sword was nice. Was it? I think it's just giving my opponent priority here because they have the Stitcher. Which can obviously rebuy something. Okay. Attack with all these things. I will be pumping. If they let me kill the Wall of Runes, I will do that. If I do this, they go to 1. Because the Stitcher... Maybe I just put them to 1. No, I do think killing the Wall of Runes is going to be better. Looting, you know. Okay, Archfiend's Vessel does something if they can survive, but now I've got a target for my Legion's Judgment. Let's see, is it worth moving the short sword? I can move the short sword to a shield mate, then they just block that shield mate. Oh, they can't block shield mates. Choristers are lethal, but I can't dub a shield mate, so I think I do move this over. Because the choristers are both forced blocks here. Interesting. I probably just want to keep them both alive. Okay. That makes sense. They don't get a life though, so they do go to 1. Oh, they can reanimate it now. It's already after blocks though, so that doesn't do as much. And they don't gain life. Oh, they're just gonna loot. Don't know why they need to loot now, but yeah, they can loot. Opponent's up 1, short sword can stay there. So now next turn I think I'll probably Legion's Judgment something. If they can bring back the demon. If they get a demon here, I've got that covered with Legion's Judgment. Dub is also going to be fine. Also, at 45 life, and our opponent has 13 cards in their deck. So there's a lot of ways. My opponent has a lot of questions to answer. I'm going to guess they have 2 spells in their hand, though, right? This is 11 lands. They've discarded at least 1, 12, 13. So my opponent's seen 13 lands. It's likely there's only 4 cards left, or 4 lands left in the whole stack. But I think just being at 1 is going to be too much for them to deal with. Discarding Fetid Imp. It's not necessarily good for me, but they still need to generate lots of blockers, which they can't do. Awesome. The 1-2 into the 6-2. Fighting for the promotion and for the trophy. The glory of it. That's where I want it to be. Let's go. White Weenie in draft. And this is the lowest of the ground version of the deck I've drafted. Every other version I've splashed a color. I opened a Garrick in one of my last drafts and it went white-green. That was fun. Ooh, yes. This chorister is going to get good. No plays. I think I'm just going to go Sky Scanner here, not dub. Opponent obviously has something. I'd rather them counter Sky Scanner than dub with how the board is right now. And dub sets up a better Basri Solidarity later on. This is the double strike guy. Okay, I'm going to dub the chorister and get in. Our opponent even changed all the planes. Okay, that's a little sad. But if we find a land, we get to go Charger plus Solidarity. If we don't find a land, we'll probably just dub the Skyscanner and get going. Okay. Our opponent's doing something. Now, I think I'm going to go Daybreak Charger. I'll attack, play Short Sword, so the next turn I can equip Short Sword. Or is that silly? Do I still just dub here? No, Daybreak Charger plus Short Sword kind of sets up a much better board position next turn. And makes this Solidarity in my hand better. Are they dead? That helps them not be close to dead. Okay. So I can Solidarity, equip Short Sword to Shieldmate. It's probably better just to go all in on the Skyscanner. So what does that mean? It probably means to I think what I'm going to do is get max value out of the Solidarity. So I'm going to go Shieldmate, Basri Solidarity. My things are huge now. And then attack for 2. This thing has very bad attacks now. That's good against my board. Bouncing one of my 1/1s doesn't really bother me though. I'm interested to see how they play this Siege Striker. Yeah, that's not surprising to me. So I think I definitely want to dub the Skyscanner this turn, and then attack. I think that's what I'm doing no matter what. Then I think I'm just going to play out the Shieldmate again. I don't think I need to equip the sword to anything yet. My opponent's shown me they have lots of ways to... That's a good start for me. I was going to say they've shown Swift Response, they've played the Roman Ghostlight. They could have Unsubstantiate or something like that to get me. But obviously drawing a land is just, they're dead on board. Or drawing a land, they're just dead, even if they don't draw a land. Have some potentially really good attacks. I guess not even great attacks. I'll have a 3/5 and a 4/2. I feel like our opponent tanking here is good for us, but it's hard to say. When your opponent's tanked like this, you often feel like they're either just doing math or they are desperately trying to find a way out, and there's no easy way out. So, let's see. Our opponent still needs to choose a card to discard. You have to assume they found a land, so they'll probably make a land drop. On our side, Feat of Resistance is just lethal. assuming our opponent doesn't have anything else to do. Any land is lethal, obviously. Maybe our opponent's mad and is roping intentionally. That would be a little unfortunate. Well, it looks like that's what happened. Well, we don't have lethal, right? Because our opponent can just... I can put the sword on the shield mate and attack. They have a double block here to kill the shield mate. I kill the steed. They have a single block here. Those two would trade. They'd take one. They have a knight left over. I guess it's probably worth it to make that attack. Trade off all the things. I guess they could also block this here and these two here. But it seemed like our opponent was just roping there, so this attack might not just matter. The timer might come up. Opponent will end up deciding no blockers because they essentially conceded. I don't know what's in their hand, right? It's entirely possible they just don't have any way to deal with this Sky Scanner. Looks like they're going to time out. And that is that. It's a bit unfortunate for that last game to go like that. But we did get the rank up to Diamond 2. And our little white weenie deck ended up doing it. After a rough start, we did, in fact, get there. So here's the deck again. And again, we started off with Feat of Resistance over a Garrick's Harbinger. And then we just picked good white cards, basically. The Masticore never showed up. It was stolen in the one game that we cast it. Let's see. We never really got to abuse Hallowblade, which is one of the best cards in this set, which is a little unfortunate, but the Choristers and the Doggos got there. Dub, as always, is very strong if you can get things going. This card never did anything. This could have been literally anything else. It was probably a little wrong of me to play this card. Oh, I thought I had this Revitalize in my deck. Oops. But yeah, this was pretty good. So I hope you enjoyed this video. These tricks will help you rank up in the bot queue if that's what you want to do. Mono white, Chorister, Dub, Daybreak Charger. These are the cards you want. Thanks for your time, and I will see you all next time.